Good morning. It's Councillor Glen, and it is Saturday, June 24th, I believe. I'm here today at the Iber Stormwater Management Pond. Kind of a lovely scene there behind me. You can access it from Iber Road. You can access it from Cinnabar. And if you were to look on the other side of my camera, it's a large maple grove. And this doesn't have a name. On some of the maps, it shows up as the Iber Road woodlot. It's actually one of the oldest groves of trees in Stittsville. Before Iber Road was Iber Road, it was the McCurdy farm, and this maple grove would have been at the back of their farm, probably trees tapped for maple syrup for the family as well. There's a pathway that goes to Tall Tree Crescent and another pathway that goes over to Abbott. It's not very big, but it's a nice place to explore. So if you're looking for someplace new to check out in the community, you've got this stormwater pond and the maple grove here at the end of Iber near Abbott Street. Yeah, it's a muggy day today. My glasses are fogging up, but at least it's not raining yet. I wanted to tell you about some of the great upcoming activities, lots going on this weekend and in the week ahead. So today, there's the weekly market at the United Church in the parking lot there. This is at the corner of Stittsville, Maine and Fernbank, all sorts of artisans and crafts and so on there. Today is also the Party in the Park over in Jackson Trails by Foley Peters' team. Free event for kids, great event for kids, Pioneer Plains Park in Jackson Trails. Tomorrow is the weekly market at the barn at Village Square Park or near Village Square Park at Abbott and Stittsville, Maine, and there's a special strawberry social theme. Tomorrow is also the city's household waste hazardous depot at Canadian Tire Center. So if you've got some old paint cans or empty propane tanks you're looking to get rid of, this is a safe way to do it. It's happening on Sunday. The only thing they don't accept is e-waste. However, there's lots of different retailers and services that do collect e-waste. Go to ottawa.ca/waste explorer and you can put in whatever item you might have, and it'll show you where you can take that item for safe recycling. On Monday evening, there's an event called Help Protect Stittsville's Wetlands. It's at Johnny LaRue Arena at 7 p.m., organized by some residents. This is a continuation of the meeting that we had back on June 8th, and we're going to be talking about strategies to protect the important natural areas, particularly west of Stittsville. So I'll be there and some special guests as well, and thank you to the organizers of that one. On June 20, Wednesday, I'm not sure what day of the week that is, what number it is Eid, and the Stittsville Muslim Association is hosting a special morning prayer on Wednesday morning at the Oz Dome. That's off of Carp Road, almost at the Queensway, and public is welcome. So if you'd like more information, check out the Stittsville Muslim Association website or Facebook page. On June 29th, I am participating in the Stittsville Business Association Business Chat at Jimmy's Waffle World over on Hazeldean Road, and it's for business owners. You're welcome to drop by and say hello and ask any questions or share your feedback there. And then we'll have Canada Day next Saturday, July 1st, and there's lots going on here in Stittsville. We're going to kick off the day at 9 a.m. with a special flag-raising ceremony. That'll be at Kavanaugh Square, which is where the Stittsville sign is at Hazeldean and Stittsville, Maine. So a flag-raising, national anthem, a very short ceremony, followed by a reception with some refreshments over at Hazeldean Gardens next door. The Stittsville Village Association is hosting their annual Canada Day event on the grounds of Sacred Heart High School with fireworks at the end of the night too, which is great. The Stittsville Legion has an event. It'll be a family-friendly kids event during the day, and then towards the end of the afternoon and evening, an event for the grown-ups. And then there's a vintage car show at Holy Spirit Parish in the parking lot, organized by the Knights of Columbus. That's on Shea Road across from the rec center, and there'll be vintage cars and cars from for the last 100 years on display on Canada Day. So lots going on. And there's information about all these events on my website. Go to glengower.ca/events, and you should see them all listed there. Looking back on the week that was, it's been another very busy week. They're always busy weeks. Wildwood Park, back on June 9th, there was a very serious assault that took place early in the evening of Friday, June 9th. Police have now put out a media release. They are seeking witnesses, anyone who might have photos or videos, maybe from a door cam, or any information about what might have happened there on June the 9th at Wyldewood Park. Police are looking for info. There's information on the Ottawa Police website and on my website. If you want to make an anonymous tip, you can call Crime Stoppers as well. And we held a meeting with residents on Wednesday, I believe it was, with our community police officer, and answered some questions from residents. The police officer gave a bit of information about the investigation, although because the investigation is ongoing and it involves minors, there's a limited amount of information that police can share. But one of the key messages was about making a call. If you are near a park or really any area in Stittsville and you see anyone who is damaging things, who's publicly intoxicated, anything that is threatening to safety of people or property, please call 911 and make that call. It's really important that reports get made so that police can respond quickly. And if you are moving around the neighborhood and you see something after the fact, maybe some broken bottles or some graffiti, call 311 and make that report there so that it can be reported and cleaned up by city crews as quickly as possible. We have a recap of that meeting on my website. It's glengower.ca, and just look for the recap of Wildwood. It's about the third or fourth item, I think, on the page right now. Of course, this week we had a number of bear sightings as well. Not sure if it's one bear or several bears, but I think almost daily bear sightings since last Sunday. I know the bear was spotted to Llewellyn and Fernbank areas. Residents on Caribou saw a bear in their backyard. Report on Sweetenham, along the Trans-Canada Trail, Westridge, heading out. Looks like the bear has returned home safely, likely west down the Trans-Canada Trail. But one thing you can do to discourage that bear or any bear from coming back would be to remove food sources from your property. So empty your bird feeders. Take the drip pan out of your barbecue. Pet food. Don't store pet food outside. And green bin. Put your green bin out the morning of garbage day rather than overnight. That's another way you can discourage bears from visiting. In general, the bears are not out to harm people. They're looking for food. They tend to avoid people. You can find more information about safety and prevention of bear encounters on my website at glengower.ca. We've posted to a few resources there. At City Hall, we started the week on Monday morning with a big update on readiness for rail for the new LRT line that's opening hopefully this fall towards the south, going all the way to Limebank Road, way down in Riverside South, and out to the airport as well. So we got a big update on all the different pieces that need to come together to be ready, including the testing that's going to happen. Now, I was here 4 years ago when the first line was launched, and the approach this time around is night and day. The lessons learned, the rigor that they're putting into the preparedness, but also the communications to the city councillors and the public is really, really impressive, and it gives me a lot of confidence that we will have a much more successful launch with this stage of LRT. The other big announcement that I'm excited about, because I'm a bit of a transit nerd, is the launch of Transit Royale, which is part of an app that a lot of people use in Ottawa and different cities for bus routes, for arrival times, and so on. So the app is called Transit, available on the App Store for Apple or through Google for Androids. It's called Transit, and there's a upper tier subscription level called Royale that gives some extra functionality. Well, everyone in Ottawa, if you have that app, you now have free access to Royale, and it's the first of several upgrades to apps and information and GPS and data that OC Transpo is going to be implementing over the coming months. So great way to help you navigate the city via OC Transpo. On Thursday, we had a big long meeting about something called the new rules for right-of-way. So right-of-way is the area on your property that's owned technically by the City of Ottawa. It's usually, hi there. Usually the right-of-way is about a meter or two from the curb, and the city actually owns that. And there's utilities that run underneath it, pipes and sewers and Bell and Rogers and so on. We're changing the rules. Right now, the only thing that's permitted on the right-of-way is grass. So I know lots of people have gardens, or they have landscaping that they've done, all sorts of things on the edge of the road. Technically, all you're allowed to do right now is grass, although the city does not do a lot of enforcement unless there's an issue. But anyhow, we were looking at how can we be more permissive in what we allow. So the committee did approve that people can establish gardens with some restrictions, but basically you can establish a garden at the side of the road. And then little free libraries was the other part of that, and that stemmed from a motion that I had at council last year to allow little free libraries in that right-of-way space. I actually voted against it though, because I'm not satisfied that staff have made it easy enough to have a library. So I'm hoping we can come to some kind of agreement with staff, and I'll probably have a motion when this comes to council on Wednesday. But as it stands, the policies would limit libraries to local roads and not collector roads. So that would mean you wouldn't be allowed to have these libraries in the right-of-way on streets like Westridge or Hoban, Renshaw, Springbrook, Cope, a lot of the major residential streets. I don't think that's a big problem, and I think it's something we should be changing and allowing on these collector roads as well as local roads. So anyhow, I've got some work to do with staff to come up with the right motion to fix that before the whole thing comes to council on Wednesday. Quickly, a few other things on my website, glengower.ca. The nominations for the Order of Ottawa and Brian Kilray Award are open. The Order of Ottawa recognizes significant community service in Ottawa, and the Brian Kilray Awards is for excellence in coaching, so check that out if you know somebody worthy of a nomination. The city's looking for your feedback for trees and forest outreach and engagement, how to get the public more involved in working on tree planting initiatives and so on. You can go to my website for more info, or engage.ottawa.ca. Automated speed enforcement, the traffic camera, the speed camera in front of St. Stephen's School in Jackson Trails on Stittsville, Maine. They're starting the testing, and after a few weeks of testing, then they'll activate it and make it go live. I know a few of you are wondering about that. Let's see, this is turning into a very long update. I'm going to skip the thing I was going to say about the Senators and Canadian Tire Center and all the moving and ownership stuff. I'll save that for another week. I do want to say a few quick thank yous. Thank you to the organizers and participants in the Stittsville Porch Fest concert series on Thursday. Amazing work, great thing in our community. Thank you to Kalinda Joseph for participating. Hi. Thank you to Kalinda Joseph for participating in our speaker series on Tuesday. Really great and inspiring talk by Kalinda. And thank you to everyone who came out, and all the participants and volunteers and organizers of the Welcome to Stittsville Festival last Saturday. What a great afternoon. We're going to be doing it again next year, and I can't wait. Really great event, lots of fun. And thank you for coming out and taking part in that, everybody. I'll stop there. Just looking ahead, I think next Saturday will be July 1st. I'm going to be busy with celebrating Canada Day. So I'll probably do this video on Friday afternoon, and we'll send it out Friday afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope the rain holds off for a little bit longer. You can get a chance to start exploring your neighborhood. Lots of people doing that already here early on Saturday morning. Have a great week, and thank you for watching and listening. Take care.